Gertrude and Amelia. I like that. I like Amelia. Gertrude and Amelia. Or Henrietta. Henrietta and Amelia. Should they have like since... Never mind. That's right, boys. Welcome to the side of the ring. It's time for some ringside rumors. Charlotte Flair's WWE return is expected much sooner rather than later. Ooh, here we go. All right. Okay. Can we talk about Nikki Cross for a quick second? So Dave, I felt like I was a bit too harsh. Now, let the record show that I do not want to attack Nikki Cross as a person. I'm more so coming from the presentation of her character, right? Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez they didn't necessarily romp and rave about it when she came back. They really shared the same sentiment in the sense of like, we didn't know who it was. And then when we found out, we were like, okay, cool. Dave is talking about how it sounds like it's going to be a 3-way for the championship. And Dave was like, oh, it's a good way for, man, the names. That's why I can't think of the names because there's so many people. It's a good way for Bianca to lose the belt without getting pinned. So they could have like Bayley pin Nikki or something. Or they could have Nikki pin Bianca. No, Nikki pin Bayley. And then Bob's your uncle. There you go. And then Bianca doesn't have to worry about losing. And that's the joy of the triple threat matches is one can lose and the other one who doesn't get pinned can be like, I was never pinned, and they can like scream and shout about that. That's what I thought was going to happen with the triple threat with Breaker and McDonough and all that, but that didn't happen. So Charlotte Flair is coming back, right? Now this raises a couple questions because where is she going to end up? I genuinely don't know. I think she's going to end up on SmackDown. Don't do that, man. Don't put her on SmackDown because Raw is going to turn into the V show. The V show, the B show. I was pulling my lip up. Sorry. Raw's going to turn into the B show. I'm telling you. You've got the Bloodline on SmackDown. You have Bray Wyatt on SmackDown. Now you're thinking about getting Charlotte Flair on SmackDown. Raw has Seth Rollins, Mustafa Ali, Alpha Academy. Omos isn't really doing all that much. Braun Strowman isn't really doing all that much. You've got Judgment Day. You've got the OC, right? But honestly, I feel like SmackDown is doing way better than Raw. So, for the love of God, can you just put Charlotte on Raw so that SmackDown can stop getting overinflated? All right? Next, Dave Meltzer mentioned on Wrestling Observer Radio that it feels like the AEW investigation into the All-Out Backstage Brawl will conclude shortly, and Kenny Omega and the Bucks are coming back somewhat soon. All right, well, we don't actually know. Conclude shortly. Okay, well, at the time of this recording, it still sounds like they're trying to buy out CM Punk's contract, so it doesn't... Everyone and their grandmother is still talking about the fact that CM Punk could potentially show... Now, let me say this. No one is outright saying that CM Punk is going to show up in WWE. I am out with that. That's me doing that. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Well, I'm doing it. Okay, everyone is like, it could happen. There's a chance it could happen. It sounds like it could happen. It's plausible. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not like saying, oh, it's plausible that if I jump off the roof enough times, I'll float. No. That's not a thing. That's not a thing that, or you don't know. That's not funny. Let me not say that. Okay. Ed, I jumped on my roof. Why'd you lie to me? I'd be so upset. Anyway, bruh, he's not coming back. He's not coming back. Tony Khan himself would have to sit in a room with CM Punk and they would have to, like, so many things would have to take place. So many things. CM Punk would have to get on his hands and knees and be like, oh, great master, oh, great poobah of wrestling, of all elite wrestling, Phil Brooks, I humbly and graciously apologize for my disgraceful, like, he would have to open himself wide open to him, to Tony Khan, and Tony Khan would have to sit there, dance like a chicken, like, for anything to happen. And then he would have to do it to WWE if that was the case, and Triple H would let him do all of that and be like, no. Like, bro, he's not going anywhere, man. And I forget I read an article, and I forget who said it, but somebody was like, yeah, we're probably not going to see CM Punk after this, and I forget who said it. She was like, it was a woman. She was like, something. We're not going to see Punk after this. And then she was like, yeah, he could do something else. And that's, I mean, he could, to a certain extent he could, but like, is he? That's my question. Is CM Punk going to be, what's the word? Like, motivated enough to genuinely be like, okay, not WWE, not AEW. Let's give it a couple months. I'll train and then I'll come back. Do we, when looking at CM Punk, and I need everyone to be honest with themselves here. When we look at CM Punk, do we honestly think that he is actually going to make some type of return in some capacity? Right? Like, I don't think that that's going to happen, man. I honestly don't. Next, Meltzer also said on Wrestling Observer Radio that the angle on Raw with Nikki Cross was indeed to get her out of the almost superhero gimmick. Wow, crazy. I would have never thought of that. Jeez. Well, I mean, you could argue that when she, like, took the mask off, that was her getting out of the superhero gimmick, you know. Boy, can we talk about that for, like, a brief moment? So, again, I'm not coming at her as a person, right? I love Nikki Cross. She is funny, and she's super nice, and she seems really down to earth, and I would love to fucking hang out with her and chat her up about wrestling and all that. Oh, did I swear? I think I just swore. Who cares? Whatever. Anyway, she is a wonderful lady. The problem is that when she came back, I think here's my main issue is that I'm not sure. I don't know what her gimmick is. I don't know what her gimmick is supposed to be. If her gimmick is supposed to just be, my name is Nikki Cross, but my gimmick is that I am now me, then that gimmick, then the whole angle went off without a hitch. But at the same time, it is very confusing, at least to me. At the time, I wasn't sure how I was supposed to look at it. I don't know. I don't know if I was supposed to like, I don't know. You know, it's like one of those scenes in a movie where it's like, is this supposed to be funny? Am I supposed to be laughing at this? Because I feel like it's being formatted in a way where I'm supposed to find it funny, but I don't find it funny. But I feel like I should. So now I don't know how I'm supposed to act, you know? Like, am I supposed to be like, am I supposed to be confused? Is that the point? Like, I don't know what to do. Next, beyond that he speculates Cross could be added to another Bayley versus Bianca title match, which would give WWE an opening to put the championship on Bayley without having to pin Belair. See? And that's what I was thinking, right? Not thinking, but that's sad. That is very sad. Because I swear I remember talking about it and being like, wow, I'm really glad that Nikki Cross is in the main event title picture. That's great. I'm so happy for her. But if all she's going to be used for is cannon fodder, I don't think I'm using that word correctly. If all she's going to be used for is to eat a pin, then that is a waste of her time and her character, and I don't think that should happen. You could do that if you really wanted to, so that you could have Bianca lose the title, like, safely, and Bayley win the title safely, but that's really dumb to have Nikki Cross come back only for her to, specifically for her to lose. Literally for no other reason than for her to get inserted into the triple threat match, and then she loses. And then what? Like, that's a real, first of all, it's a slap on the face, and second of all, it's a waste of time, and I don't think they should do that. Next, PW Insider says that the official next date for WWE's return to Saudi Arabia following Crown Jewel has not been locked down yet, but will be in the spring of 2023. There's not really much I can say about that, because you know, we got to wait for that to happen. So, finally, Chris Jericho has applied the trademark Ring of Jericho and the Ocho. I don't know what the Ocho means. I know it means 8. I know what Ocho means, man. That's not what I'm talking about. God, I'm talking about why is he calling himself the Ocho? Is he the 8-time Ring of Honor champion? Like, I don't understand. Says Insider, he's also applied for Chris Jericho's blood boat, which is likely related to his annual cruise. Ew. Don't call it a blood boat. That's gross. That's nasty. That's like calling it my Systmobile. That's nasty. Don't say that. Don't call it a blood boat. That is gross. Okay? Also, don't call it a blood boat, because that's where the coronavirus happened. Now, see, now I can't say that. Oh, my Lord. This video is not getting ranked. Oh, my Lord. Man, that is a gross name. I don't like that name. I don't like it. Don't call it that. The Ocho, I'm fine with being confused by the Ocho. I don't like the blood boat. That's a gross name. Ay. Okay. What are we talking about? I hope we're not talking about the Blood Boat anymore. Gosh, Charlotte Flair's return is expected sooner rather than later. Okay. If they put her on SmackDown, no. Wasn't it on Raw? Yeah. Okay. They could put her on Raw, and they could have, like, Bayley win, and then, oh, Charlotte comes back, and then Bianca and Charlotte and Bayley and Cross, whatever, I don't know. Maybe not Cross. It doesn't sound like Cross. I don't want them to put her on SmackDown. If they put her on SmackDown, that's going to be a waste of time. Let's see. The investigation will conclude shortly. Well, we don't know yet. I mean, something could come out, and it could be like, oh, turns out Kenny Omega bit his own dog. Well, you know, like, we don't know. Meltzer said that the Nikki Crosses need to get out of the almost superhero gimmick. I mean, duh. Why else would she be there? Anyway. Beyond that, he speculates Cross could be added to another Bayley versus Bianca title. Don't do that because it's a waste of time for Bayley, right? For Bianca, to have her literally inserted and then everyone's like, wow, could Cross win? No. It's like, oh, you know. Penny Insider says the next date for Saudi Arabia's show will be in the spring of 2023. Well, yeah, that makes sense. We have to wait to see what that'll be about. And Chris Jericho applied for Ring of Jericho, the Ocho, and Chris Jericho's Blood Boat. One of those things is not like the other, okay? One of those things absolutely doesn't belong, and I'll let you figure out what that is, all right? Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because I certainly enjoyed making it, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one.